Where's Dom? Speaking of,
Please stay
clearly,
away. Please stay
They
away.
might,
where's Dom? Where's
they
Sway?
could be silently just writing her off. Like, I mean, now, don't get me wrong. I miss her. I
I
miss
know you
Dawn.
do.
You missed that ass. That's all that
Right.
is.
Mama said to get up for school. Mama said to get up for school. The next bus leaves for the moon. Then stay there. Sweetheart, I'll never want your.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the virtual living room. It is your girl Lovey, and we're back in the virtual living room for another recap of The Shy, Season 4, Episode 9. We are almost at the end of the season. Don't look like that, Aaron. Don't look like that. You ain't gotta look like that. As usual, I have my usual suspects. We got Aaron, host of the Beacon of Truth podcast, as well as Terrence. Hello.
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 How is everyone today?
Yet holding on.
Splendid.
All right. I like his answer. Can
I
we
know.
find another answer for you, ma'am?
No, because you hate it so much.
No, anyway, I can't.
If you would have loved it, I would have switched it up.
I would have. It would have been a pleasant surprise. All right. Well, this season was chock full of stuff, and we might as well go ahead and dive head in first with a Duda.
I was so disappointed.
In who? Because I have some disappointments between the two of them.
Yeah. I mean, like, the whole... Really? Like, this what we on? First of all, with that scene, that was the only part where all the men in this episode... I thought about you, Terrence. All the men in this episode were good. Like, they... Regardless of their previous stories and everything, all of them presented some positive elements that we have not yet seen from all of them simultaneously, including Darnell, Bluetooth. But with Duda though, like, you gotta pick a side. You gotta pick the male, or you gotta pick the streets. Is that's not gonna work. I'm not.
Terrence?
Well, I mean, all right, and you're right. I mean, we saw some positivity from the brothers, simultaneously, yeah. And Duda he can't shake that. He got that street stench on him. He couldn't take the disrespect. Now, granted, Jemma's dad was all in his mug, talking shit. I get it, right? After the punch, but he didn't he didn't have to go full Eddie Kane on him though. Like he just caned him to death. I'm like,
Not
yeah, so
Eddie Kane.
he just caned him to death, and I mean it was just like just sitting on the couch, like what? It's crazy because it's like that type of behavior. That's kind of what made the Shy actually, watchable. Like you was interested in that street stuff, that it had that edge that it had to it, but it was kind of like you're thinking that this guy is developing to go into something different, and he just resorted back to the same tactics and stuff. It was kind of like getting a steak dinner and on a garbage can lid.
Yeah. Facts.
So
Facts.
yeah, so here we go.
And
What do you think, love?
Marcus was crazy for the simple fact that, first of all, you know who you dealing with. And
Yeah.
G Code 101 is you never bring up what they did. Now, if they're talking about it, then you can discuss it. But you can't, blackmail an OG. And, I shit on Duda all the time. I don't fool with him at all. Great value, ghost, everything.
Thought he was a wish.
Right. Great value from Wish. That's how bad it is, okay? But at the end of the day, you dealing with an OG. Or at least a real G. I don't know if he an OG or not, but he a real G. And you can't use business tactics with a gangster. You know what I'm saying? That might work oh, I'm gonna go to HR. Yeah, that's a business tactic. You know, that's a corporate move. That's not a corporate nigga.
True.
So, someone who has the streets, who has
Yeah.
connections to the street, who can get him touched easily. It just
Or touching
it didn't
on
make
himself.
sense. And he is truly butt hurt about those damn Olympics. The Olympics weren't coming to look, as wild as Chicago is right now or whatever. Like the Olympics weren't coming to Chicago. So, dude,
Right.
calm
They couldn't
down.
even get him with Obama. Remember, he was trying to put his
Exactly.
bid in for it.
Exactly. And it's
Mm-mm.
become worse. And you talking about when you got and then, okay, so let me understand something. Realistically, you can have an Olympic come to a city where there's no police.
Exactly. Ding
Okay,
ding.
I'll wait.
Yeah, so I would agree, Marcus. Gemma gets it honest because y'all run off at the mouth and you spew out the first thing that comes to your mind. Sweetie, you don't play all of the cards and let your opponent know what you have. I was sitting up there like, and you still talking, and you still talking, and you still talking, not even taking into consideration that you got your daughter that you got to take care of, and Duda could give two flying shits about that. And I kept saying when he was talking, I was like, he gonna kill you. Oh, you got to die today. Oh, it's over. And the minute he hit him without thinking, even because has he seen his level of violence like in person?
I don't think that he's witnessed it.
No.
He's
Yeah, he
just knows
okay,
of it. He's
okay.
privy.
So he didn't know, but you felt real froggy to where you felt that punching him was going to be enough, and he was just gonna say, okay, you know what, man down, man down,
What
cold
did you
10,
really?
man
Right,
down.
I'm with you. Like, what did you really expect? You thought, first of all, even if you didn't know he was a gangster, even if you didn't know his background, I ain't finna swing on nobody with a cane in their hand.
Well, maybe he thought he was too weak.
Ain't nobody too weak with a cane in their hand. I'm so sorry. Like, no, you got to be a dead man with a cane in your hand for me to feel safe. Like, nah, he walking around on the cane, but no.
Walking around, still doing whatever. He recovered. I tell you, he's like the Black Wolverine because he clearly just recovered like it wasn't nothing. Like, oh, I just got shot in the stomach, and okay, I'm good. Like whatever, you know. Yeah, that was crazy. That was a wild scenario, and now we got you know, as they go forward, now we got to see how that's going to affect Gemma and Jake because Jake is now he's thinking possibly that Trig has something to do with it because of where the placement was. So that's gonna be a mess.
I don't know about him thinking that Trig has something to do with it, being that he was Trig was trying to convince him to call the police. Like, why would you do this? Why? It was just.
But Jake didn't see that
But,
though.
no, but he heard it. Trig was still saying it when he was standing there. Not standing there, but he was coming in. But here's what had me a little confused. When old girl's brother got shot with the domestic situation,
Mm-hmm.
the ambulance was on scene. Why you couldn't call the ambulance instead of the police? I'm a little confused.
Because Duda told him, he said, let that nigga die.
Right.
He wanted him because at the end of the day, as much as Trig don't want to follow Duda, he actually has some allegiance to him to some degree. Because he's the housing and everything that is attached to Jake is through Duda. So I guess Trig feels like he owes him something for some reason.
And
So he
Jake
just
was
follows
just
orders.
coming around.
Yeah,
He
Yeah.
was
this
coming
was Jake's
around.
best episode.
He was.
His
Yeah.
best
This-
episode?
Yeah, like the new
His
Jake,
growth.
the grown up Jake. The older Jake. I mean, he had some better
Maturing.
episodes when they were kids, but like now, yeah, he was definitely like he didn't say bitch one time.
He did. He opened the door.
Right, and he put in some work on that truck, getting it cleaned
Cleaned
I
the
up.
was like, that
G-Wagon
truck
out.
was nasty as hell.
Oh, it's a trap truck. I mean,
Amani, how you riding in that?
Mm,
Oh Lord, why'd I
mm,
mention her?
mm,
yeah.
mm.
I can't. What?
I gotta get back to the trap house. Oh, the girls.
Oh my God.
Stop
I don't
it.
understand. What is your beef with her? Cannot. I
Trappy
cannot.
money.
I cannot. But yeah, that truck was nasty. I was
It was
like,
nasty.
ugh. I hate seeing like luxury cars and you see someone smoking in it. That don't go. That doesn't go, sir or ma'am. And when I say luxury, I mean like a real high-end vehicle.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's disgusting. I'm sorry. That's just me.
That's all of us. We don't like all that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Glad to know. But yeah, so I feel bad for Jay because I don't know. And then based on, I don't know, Aaron, because I know sometimes you don't watch the previews for the next episode.
I did this time.
Okay. Terrence, did you see it?
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it.
Okay, so now it kind of leads me to questioning whether or not Marcus dies. Because the way that Gemma was like, we got to find out who did this.
Right.
Because for a person, if she lost him,
She'd be just, well, I don't know. This is Jemma. She ain't been emotional at all. I think
Yeah.
she shed a tear at the Papa's podcast party thing that didn't go well. Maybe, if that. But she ain't cried.
that's a good point. Shout out to her evolution of clothing. She's gone from the Black Panther party to the disco Donna Summer look.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
But it definitely was a much better look except for that dress.
Her
She looks
pantsuit?
more. She looks more her
Yeah,
actual
I like-
age now.
Yeah, I like the pantsuit, and I liked the interaction with her and her dad. I thought that was a healthy. I thought this episode had a lot of just love and positivity in it. I was here for it up until the end with Duda the
Duda.
dummy, but
Duda the dummy. I can't. So Terrence, I thought of you because so in TV or film, when you see a lot of dark undertones in a scene, that means that the character is hiding something. Is a little bit of mystery to that person that the camera isn't going to show, right? So, and I don't know if you all noticed this, but the interaction between Jada and Darnell, Jada was really dark. Her scenes had a lot of shadows. I'm like, what is going on with her? Why is there hiding? But then when they cut to Darnell, you could see his full face. So I was like, what's the meaning with that? And it was only with Jada that I won't say only because there were scenes with Duda, but he's a man of mystery anyway. Man of mystery, shall I say. So I was like looking at the TV sideways like, oh, is Terrence correct?
Yeah.
and
I mean,
to both of y'all's point, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Terrence.
no, go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead. I'm listening.
So
Go
to
ahead.
both of y'all's point, now, because you have to remember when Grandma died, when Ronnie's grandma died. Remember, she went out and she had the best time of her life, and then she passed away that night. And then here it is, we have a similar scene. So I'm not willing to claim that. I'm just, going to speak facts, and I see the facts in what you all are saying, but I rebuke them.
Yeah, I don't want to see her go either, but they did have a really good time just as a family.
And they spent a lot of time on them.
They
Like
did.
normally, we see them for like 2-3 minutes, but they had like a whole scene. Like if it had commercials, it would have been the whole segment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of time with them.
That's a good point.
Yeah, they did, and yeah, I mean, we definitely let me be clear. I love Jada on the show. I feel like Jada. I
We
just
know
felt
that.
like but I just felt like they just she didn't have her stuff was all filler type stuff. Like, it was always like it was never a true storyline. It was always like attached to something or, things of that nature. But I definitely believe that she's on her way out. Just how they, because that dinner, that stuff is not coincidental. Like there was a time where they weren't even speaking. You know what I mean? Like she couldn't even stomach Darnell. You know, but it was definitely good to see all three of them together. And it was kind of it was funny to me that Emmett uh took off like from his business to go have pork chop dinner with his dad and his mom.
Yeah.
And that was real cool. That was real cool. But I definitely feel like they are prepping us for an exit, because and if you really think about it, it's kind of one of those things where you kind of, if they're going to go into like more seasons, Lord, I hope not, but if they decide to go in a direction of future seasons, it's kind of like you're ushering out the old into the, bringing the new in, so to speak.
Yeah.
Especially characters who don't really have
A
strong
storyline.
storylines,
Mhm.
right?
Wow. Oh, I feel bad, but yeah, with those shadows and the lighting, yeah, I was convinced. I was like, dang, Jada might not really be here. Dang.
Mm.
Okay. Jada.
And
Emmett not gonna be able to buy the house for her.
But
that was
she
another
had-
thing too. That was
Ooh.
another thing.
Mm.
That was another thing. See, it's like little things like that, right? It's like, and that'll probably be the thing that crushed Emmett because he really wants to do this for his mother, and he won't be able to,
Ugh.
you know.
I
And
hope-
not to mention Darnell giving her a lineup. Oh gosh, she's on the way out of here. Poor baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm still holding on to hope.
I'm rebuking it. I mean,
Yeah.
I see it. I feel you. I'm not disputing facts. I'm just disputing feelings. I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. But I mean, but I love the scene. I mean, I love this whole episode all the way up until Duda the dummy. But I mean, I especially the beginning. Can we talk about the intro when
Kevin and
Papa
Papa.
and Kevin and Papa in there singing "Walked Out of Heaven"?
What them kids know about that song?
They
That
learned
song
today.
is older than them.
It's
Oh, that
It's
that was
older than
hilarious.
them.
That was
okay, that
hilarious.
makes us old. So I don't want to. I'm not claiming that either.
Well, I'm
Okay,
not old. I'm only 23.
times 4. But nevertheless, but I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I loved all the love and the positivity in this
Positivity.
and the growth.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Even like with Papa and Kevin, and them just kind of admitting it, they're kind of in similar situations, going through their own things. Jake and Kevin, you know what I'm saying? You see them coming back and being for real all right, not just play like, yeah, he cool, but don't come near me. Or, and the way that Kevin took it on the chin when he's about, oh, so I could take Jemma to the dance. And even Jake was like, ooh, because, he didn't throw it out to be salty. He was just sharing news with his boys.
He was excited.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then you see Kev making moves with little mom, what's her name? Lanae. And I love that whole thing, and she, what, you don't like it?
I know Nina is not the mother of the year, but ain't nobody within that house. It's like, who is this little girl? Now, the girlfriend may not be aware where her, what a little girl is, but how this whole big ass girl is sleeping under their roof and no one is around to acknowledge that.
Well, you got to remember, Nina and Dre is going through their own thing. We didn't even see them this episode.
But true, thank God. But I'm still not understanding. Keisha, like, there is no parental, no one over 18 that could have acknowledged that.
I don't think that Keisha would have said anything like, oh, you being fast or something. She ain't gonna mother him.
No, she may not mother him, but at least she was like, who are you? She was still questioning it.
Keisha
Nah.
wrapped up in that baby. That baby kicking her ass. She ain't think about nothing.
Oh, side note, speaking of
Her and
kicking,
Westbrook.
Christian. His name
Emmett is
is
Christian.
Christian.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh,
Hmm.
no, he has a name.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they give him a name Christian.
And I thought about you. I said, yeah, Terrence gonna have an issue with that. Just like everybody named Faith or Aunt Faith. Every woman named Faith is a hoe. Everybody named Angel because you got it from male or female. They are devils, and then you got Christian. So I thought about you, but I still like him. I still like him. I still like them so far. We got one episode to find out the truth.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting too, because it seems like they have to wrap up a whole bunch of stuff. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
they need to give us an hour and a half to 2 hours on this season finale.
Not gonna happen.
I know it's not gonna happen, but I said what I said. Okay. But do your little thing where you
Look,
put Lena, hour and a half.
Lena alert. Lena alert.
she
Lena
just need to
alert.
make a movie and call it a day. Just make a movie, call it a day, and just
Right.
end it.
That wouldn't be enough for y'all.
But
Especially for you, Terrence. Oh no, because you're done. You're done with this show.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
done.
I'm
That's Aaron. My bad. Aaron wants it to continue on.
in this episode, it felt
I
like
just
a movie, but it felt like a commercial too. Like it was. I felt like it was a lot in there, but it was fast, and then it actually had like transitions and scenes and shifts and stuff. There weren't as many holes. Of course, it's the shots, so they're gonna have holes. But I mean, I think they focused almost on everybody in the show, with the exception of Trig and Amani and Nina and Dre.
Which we'll see next
And
week.
we didn't see Tiffany. I don't think, did we see Tiffany this episode?
No.
Right. So that's definitely something that they have to wrap up. How about Emmett and his baby mama? Or
Yeah,
very nice
that's
interaction.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was an episode of positivity. Everyone was positive, except now for I don't know what the baby mama's name is.
Shay, right?
Yeah.
Shay.
Oh yeah,
something?
Shay. Okay, because I was calling her Maisha part 2.
Oh,
So what I didn't like, what I don't like, is when people talk to or about Emmett, they always knock him down. Even though you see that he's on the come up, he's on the up and up, he's doing everything to go into the right direction, but no one acknowledges that. Now, she did eventually, say something to the fact that, all right, cool, you doing all right, okay. But I hate to say, you know how you are, and no, that's how I was. It's like I need Emmett to step up and tell people, hey, that's not who I am anymore. I need you to acknowledge who I am today versus what I was yesterday.
well, I mean, I think in that conversation he did kind of, because one, he acknowledged, what he did. He's like, oh well, I set a low bar.
Yeah.
I mean, and then he was like, shoot, since I've been trying to get my wife back, I mean, like acknowledging that there has been a change.
Yeah, but I still need for him to, sometimes you got to stop people dead in their tracks. Like, no, that's not who I was. I was toe up back then. I was dirty, but I'm doing better now. I need you to acknowledge that. Because sometimes not everybody takes those subliminal messages or those small little hints of, hey, I'm doing all right today. Sometimes you got to be direct.
I mean, I get
agree.
that, but I mean, I think his bad track record is a lot longer than his good track record. So,
Okay.
but I mean, you can't just celebrate a day versus 10 years.
But it's more than just a day.
I mean,
He's
in
really been
comparison,
trying.
yes, he really has been trying, but who needs to acknowledge that? Because besides maybe his parents and his wife.
Okay, Terrence, as the male on the panel,
Hmm.
how would that make you feel if you were in Emmett's position?
Well, I guess I'm a little different because I don't really look for acknowledgement. It's just one of the things where just things you have to do. Um, I feel like Emmett is just he's growing up. He's just maturing. Like he's doing what he's supposed to do. Like when you when you think like when you're a child, you think like a child. You become a man, you think like a man. You're supposed to be, that he's just making the regular transition to adulthood. It's like he is his priorities are now aligning, in
Mhm.
order, and he's starting to move forward, and different things like that. So that's what I see. I mean, you got to think about it. Like, it's like when people, it's like, yeah, do we want praise? Yeah, to a certain degree, but it's kind of like, all right, you're getting praise for stuff that you're really supposed to do. It's kind of like, even with your kids, right? You think about your kids, they go to school and they bring home good grades, right? They're technically supposed to bring home good grades. That's what their job is. It's kind of like when they graduate, it's like, yeah, we praise them, but it's actually something they're supposed to do. You're supposed to move on. You know what I mean? Because that's part of growth. So yeah, I mean, I guess for me, it's just one of those things where I really don't look for, I'll get, you get it and you kind of take it on the chin, but it's not something that you necessarily are looking for. You just feel like you're doing what you have to do. So with
Right.
Emmett, I guess with Emmett, I guess it would for him, he's a little different. I think his character really needs that type of reinforcement, that type of acknowledgement, just simply because of his struggles.
Right.
So he needs that, just like when Jada was like, okay, yes, son, because he said, he said, Mom, I want you proud of me, and she's like, I am proud of you. So he needs it. His character needs it,
Right.
most
And
definitely.
that's pretty much my whole point. It's like every time he is constantly reminded of his fuck ups. It's just like, when are people going to get to the point and recognize, for the last 2 seasons now, he's been up and up. Now, has he messed up, had a blooper here and there? Yes, absolutely. But I know for me, and I know, it's a shy, it may be a whole different scope, but I had to learn that, you just don't keep kicking a man while he's down. You know what I'm saying? Just like if you're in a marriage, it's supposed to be 50-50. If a man takes the trash out, you give him some praise. Oh, babe, thanks for taking the trash out, even though that's what you're supposed to do, because as a girl, you ain't supposed to be taking no trash out.
Right.
But everybody likes a little kudos here and there. Doesn't always have to be constant. Just like I'm like you, Terrence. I don't need a whole lot of praise, because my work or me being me is going to speak for itself. But every now and again, like, oh, girl, you did. If I bake a cake, you better tell me that cake is good.
But you're supposed to bake cake.
Well,
It's a,
if I'm baking a
it's
cake, it is automatic. It's implied that the cake is going to be good, right? Right.
Right.
But every now and again, I still like to get that kudos, like, hey, girl, you okay? And then that motivates me to keep going on and bettering myself.
Well, I mean, and I feel what both of you are saying, but I think one thing that we have to remember, like I said, is that like what he's doing now is what he's supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? And that the reason that we're just like all like, oh, he's doing this and he's doing that. He's, trying to be a good husband, which that's what you should be when you sign up to be a husband, is because he was not that for so long. So
Mhm.
if he had that natural transition just from, boy to manhood without the little fuck ups and setbacks and things like that, where he just did what he was supposed to do all the time, it wouldn't be as prominent to us. We wouldn't even be focusing on like, yeah, well, we know Emmett's just a good guy. He said, he takes care of home. He's not going to do this. He's not going to do that. And I mean, I think that, like I said, when you've done wrong for so long, it does take a minute for people to have faith in the new you. You know what I mean? And me personally, I'm not going. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll notice something. Like, oh, okay, he did this time. Let's see what happens next time. And it'll take a minute for it to really become a pattern. At which point I can stand comfortably in saying, "Oh, you are this person," or you have changed. You have gotten better because a broke clock is right twice a day. So,
Okay.
all right.
I'm just saying, if you look at the timeline, you would more or less say like a year has passed in between last season and this season, right? In television time.
Well, we know it's been at least 11 months.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, we call it a year.
That's enough time to recognize someone's growth. I'm just saying, give the boy a break. Keep trying out here. I'm with you, Emmett.
I mean, I'm with Emmett too, and I'm so happy for him. I'm rooting for him. Just as a fan or whatever, I'm proud of his growth. I'm so glad that he has, made that transition, and it didn't take something really devastating
Yep.
for him to
do
make
it.
that transition,
Mhm.
and that's kind of what makes it better.
Yeah.
Is that he didn't have that moment like, oh, I almost lost you or something like that. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Right.
So that is a extra cherry on it, I guess.
Okay. All right. So you think he and Keisha gonna be living in the house together?
Yep.
You
I
think
do.
Keisha's story is what's going to get him to the top of the selling list?
Yep.
I think
Yep.
so too.
Yep. And it's like as soon as he can get rid of that scumbag Tiff, he'll be all right. He'll
Oh my God.
his whole world will change. He get rid of that anchor. She is a damn anchor,
Is
man.
not ready for the scumbag team.
Scumbag. Look, he get rid of her, he's good. But yeah, they're showing you already like they're actually them coming into that house together, like with her and the baby. Definitely is foreshadowing some stuff. I'm telling you, they will be together. I don't know which season. If it's the end of the season, is next season, they're gonna be a family. Watch what I say.
I mean, so I can see it either way. Cause like me, like I said, I really would like for Tiffany to now get her shit together. You know what I mean? And because they're married, you don't want to see a marriage break up. I like Christian for Keisha so far. I mean, I'm reserving full confirmation on that. Um, I could see him being good for her. But here's the other thing about Emmett and Keisha ending up together. What does that mean that they have to go through in order for that to happen? Because they're not just gonna say, let's just be together. He just divorced Tiffany, and she just cut Christian off. Something's gonna happen to where one or they're gonna have to run to each other for them to make that decision. So that's the concern for me. Now, would they have a healthy relationship? Could they work at this point now with Emmett being who he is now? Oh yes, I love it. He could definitely be a good husband, a good family man. I mean, he's proven it. Keisha is clearly more prepared than she ever was for motherhood. You know, I think she had, and she knows Emmett. You know what I mean? She knows Emmett the then and now, so she can even more appreciate what she would get in this new Emmett than anybody else.
True. I'm still mad that she got her cholesterol and high blood pressure going on with still eating. I want to call it the pit, like it's a different world at Smokies or Sunny's. Is it Smokies or Sunny's?
It's Smokey.
Smokey.
Yeah,
It was
Smokies.
Sunny's when Sunny ran it.
Smoky Sunny, Sunny Smoky, something like
Smoky
that.
Sunny.
Okay.
It was named after the singer, after Smokey Robinson. That's what you're talking
Right.
about. Smokey
Oh
Robinson.
yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. Yeah.
The
All
only
right.
restaurant in Chicago. The only restaurant.
Right, apparently.
Okay.
Even though we know the Herald is right there.
Right.
I want some
But,
Heralds now.
I'm not. So for the Black 365 moment, when Darnell was kind of getting in his feelings with Jada, and she was like, "It's all right to be emotional," and he said, "I ain't got time to be emotional." I was like, "Oh, story of a black man's life."
Yeah, it's heavy. A little bit for a millisecond.
Yeah, and again, I don't want to claim it, but they spend a lot of time on it. I mean, because normally, like when they're gonna have a dinner or something, you always see the prep, the dinner, and that's it. You'll hear the plates clinking, silverware clinking, conversation while the meal's going on. It's like okay, for example, like Gemma's dad and Gemma and her dad. I'm sorry, that dinner was all of 2 minutes. They had a whole argument, made up, and had cake. Okay.
He looked like he wanted to hit her with put the cake in her face. He was very aggressive with the cake.
Yeah,
Like,
eat the
calm
cake,
down, bro.
anime. Like,
Mhm.
I was like, who made this dinner? And where you get that big ass slice of cake from? What restaurant did that come from? Who made this dinner?
Betty Crocker.
right.
Betty
No,
Crocker.
that was professionally made. I was legit sitting there like, who made this dinner? Like there had to have been a personal chef there.
Wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah. They did have a nice kitchen. Kitchen envy.
Yeah.
I am a cook and I'm a baker. We look at things like that.
I
Okay.
know.
Very
Mhm.
nice. Very nice.
So yeah. I will
Um,
say that another feel good moment was when Jake and Jemma were getting in the car, and what's the daddy's name?
Marcus.
Marcus. Yeah,
Marcus.
he was trying to, hey, you need, like he didn't, and Trig was just like, hold on, give him time. I was like, he's growing.
Right.
I was like,
Yeah, Trig's like, he got it. He got it.
right.
And I mean, I really enjoyed that whole moment until Duda showed up. Like, nigga, what are you here for? Why?
And Jake was so excited.
Yeah, because I mean, and I
Yeah.
get it from Jake's perspective. He's a kid, and Duda honestly did get him out of a difficult or dangerous situation. You know what I mean? And I think that
Yeah, he
obviously
did.
Jake realizes that, but he also knows the monster within. You know what I mean?
True.
And I don't know if Trig has always known like how he gets down, how Duda actually gets down until now. Because Jake saw that firsthand, the same thing that he did to Marcus. He did to that dude in the alley that time. That's how Jake ended up with Trig. So, but
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure he
know.
does. I'm pretty sure Trig has knowledge of his
Isn't that part of
dealings.
street code? Like he know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he does too. But I love a thug with some integrity.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. And then just the way that Trig was, the way that Trig was like really celebrating with Jake and Jemma. Let me take pictures. I mean, I appreciated it.
And he was hella
understood.
snapping. Click, 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 click. It's like, God, no.
Yeah, but I mean, that's how it is because that's his baby. Even though it's his
Yeah, it's
baby brother,
Mhm.
Right.
that's his baby, and it took a lot to get like. Okay, while we talk about giving flowers to Emmett, can we really give some flowers to Jake?
Mhm. Absolutely.
Because he is,
He been on the up and up for the last 3 weeks.
yeah. But that's probably like 3 months, maybe in TV land. I don't know, but nevertheless, he's
Yeah,
turning
because
the
it was
corner.
cold during the police situation, and now it's warm. So yeah, about 2 or 3 months. Mhm.
And
Is that normal
I mean,
in Chicago? What would have been the transitional months?
Normally,
Because isn't it
it's norm-
cold like in April?
yeah,
It's
it's
still
normally
cold.
cold between November up to May sometimes.
Ooh.
Start popping off till
yeah,
June.
yeah. That's why I don't know if it was Chicago.
Yeah.
I went up there one time for 1 week, and I ain't. I'm gonna go back in the
Yeah, that's that.
summertime when the magnificent mile is in bloom. That's all I
Yeah,
want
and
to
the
do.
taste. Yeah, taste
Oh, the
Chicago.
taste of Chicago.
Yeah,
I want to go so bad.
yeah. Yeah, I would tell you though, when we talking about the pictures though, what was funny that when Duda was like, he said, "Yeah, I want to take this picture," then Trig's like, "No, we'll airdrop you." So
Right.
Mhm.
We just took some. I mean, and like, first of all, brother, who invited you? Like, why?
Does he
Why?
need an invitation?
I mean, I just don't understand why. Okay, what is his thing with Jake? What does he really want?
Because that's the closest thing he got to family.
yeah,
He said
Dude,
it.
you remember that,
that's
Aaron?
what
He
he
was like,
said. That's what he said. I'm not buying it. I heard the words. I heard the
Lord, we
words.
back to the dislike side. It was a millimeter. It was a millimeter that she was with him, but now it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
Wow.
But I mean,
they need to bring back Duda's mother.
She got her money. She is in hiding. Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
But I mean, I know what he said, but this is Duda, and clearly what he did to Marcus lets us know that he ain't gone too far from being Duda. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Can we talk about when Marcus was like, "Fuck you, Otis"? Did anybody else like laugh at that moment? I was like, "Ain't nobody here to see you."
Oh, not the Temptations reference. I love them. Now I gotta watch it because I love that movie.
That was pretty funny.
But okay,
Very
but
funny.
you know, Duda hasn't strayed. So let's put it like this: Otis Perry has not strayed very far from being Duda. You know, there was some points where he was. I thought maybe, and even in this episode, I thought maybe he would be working towards being more Otis and less Duda. But no, even because he had a whole conversation, a promising, what I thought was a promising conversation when he was like, you know, when Trig was telling him, you have to be the people's mayor. You know, you have to reach across the aisle. And I realized that too. I didn't think about it before then because you know, me being non-Chicagoan, I always think of Chicago as all black. It's not.
Very, very, and ironically, it's a very segregated city for the most part.
Right. I do
You
know
know,
that much.
it has been for a long time.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's gotten better over the years, but Chicago's notorious for being known as lots of, segregation, but, you know, just, how it is. I mean, it's just, cities, just big cities, like they go through those periods, you know what I mean? So,
Okay. And that today, my friends, is your Black History fact.
bing!
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. Well, I guess I really think about it. I guess I never really thought about it, but I guess when you do reference Chicago, you do more or less. Yeah, I'm from the South Side. I'm from what's the other side that people mention?
North side, west side, east
West side
side.
of Chicago. Yeah, either I'm from the
Yeah.
west side. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the South
you
and
do.
the West.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because that's how people they say, hey, well, Terrence, okay, they're like, where you from? Well, I'm originally from Chicago. Okay, which part? South side. Okay, where? Then it's the street. What part? Okay, 86 in May. Like that. That's and that look and that be the gist of the conversation. Okay, and they're like, okay, well, I got some family and that live here, or yada yada yada.
Yeah,
And
it's like
and that's
that
pretty
when
much it.
yes, it's like that when people ask me, where you from? I'm from Oakland. Oh, okay. What part? I'm from the east. Oh, okay. Okay. What part? 79th and Holly. Oh, okay. And then it just stops because they know. That's funny. So funny. But yeah, yeah, that's how it is with us too.
Yeah, universal street language.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. Oh, okay. Well, any predictions on the last episode?
I don't know what to predict, but one more thing about this episode. I wrote it down. And I don't remember who said it, but who said I want to have a full life, not just a productive one.
Ooh, who did say that?
Gosh, oh goodness.
Maybe it was Tabitha. I mean, what's her name? Octavia?
Octavia.
Okay, let me keep her.
Yeah, we just completely bypassed her. Oh, hold on. Let's go back.
I know you want to talk about Auntie.
Yeah. So Octavia, Tabitha, why are you still around? Like you bringing gifts? I'm still mad that there is no agency that was involved in this Underground Railroad baby taking situation. What is that? Like, so you guys think that she gonna be forever connected to Keisha and Ronnie?
I think
she
so.
gonna help raise that baby.
I don't know if she. I mean, I think she'll be involved with the child. I mean, and she will probably definitely help Keisha out if she needs it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she just, wants that attachment to the child, and she genuinely likes, and I would venture to say loves Keisha. You know what I mean? So they will have some sort of like an auntie relationship. I don't think it'll ever be like a power struggle or, anything like that. I can see her coming to get the baby for a couple of days, giving Keisha a break or, just having some time to enjoy whatever you call that relationship. Because I can't say her nephew, her godchild, maybe.
Mm. Okay.
So you mean to tell me she's gonna take the baby for a couple of days and she's gonna keep the baby? She's not gonna bring the baby back.
Not missing you love and light.
So that was going through my head as she was talking Terrence. And I was like, oh, I wonder if they're going to turn Auntie Tab into a villain.
Mm.
They should do something like that. That would bring some life to the show.
Yeah, where she's smiling while she's taking the baby. I'm gonna raise him the way I want to, because
I'm looking like a Stepford wife.
We're not gonna do that.
But that would be interesting. I mean, because that would be the polar opposite of what we know Tabitha Brown as being.
Mm-hmm. It's coming.
Lena.
I just wonder if Auntie Tab would take a role like.
I think she would.
I think she would, because again, it's the polar opposite. Who she is today on the show is the same person that she is in normal everyday life.
Yeah.
So I would think that she would want to challenge herself and
you would hope
do the opposite. Because when you think about it, people who normally play the nice guy, they really get into their character when they're a villain.
Mm-hmm.
They enjoy it.
Something different.
Yeah. Come on, Lena, bring it. Come on, I need
Keisha
that.
has been through enough. Bring a villain some other way or something, but don't let it be with Keisha or that baby.
Well, you said that something is going to have to happen in order for her and Emmett to come together. Where's my mic?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me do this.
Look, she said that, and then you got to think, all right, how do you hook in viewership for the next season? If you're trying to continue, you got to have something.
Yeah, but we already had one whole season of Keisha being around the corner and not being found.
Okay, so how you gonna
now
say?
It's gonna happen to the child.
What? Okay, now why you gonna say something needs to happen? We didn't give you a storyline.
I didn't say something need. I said if Keisha and Emmett are going to be together, something would have to happen. I'm not wishing for it. Like, why it got to be so much? Why it can't just be love and light and positivity? Like this episode, they're growing. You know what I'm saying? There's love, there's happiness. You got Duda the dummy, but so there's your murder. You know what I'm saying? This is not power. This is not
Aaron, what are we doing a podcast on? What is the show called?
The Shy.
The Shy.
I know.
The Shy is a
bring her words back to her.
The Shy. Look, Shy is the Showtime's version of Good Times. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking out of the window.
Not fooling.
That's what we got. Okay.
Not fooling with you. Yeah.
I mean, but you said it yourself. Whenever it's the show where there is nothing positive that is really going on. We got one episode, one positive. Like the episode was like 98% positive. Okay,
that's true. Okay,
but you did say that there has to be something drastic that has to happen for the two of them to come together.
And to your point, I mean, I can see that happening because at this point, if something else happens to Keisha, Emmett will step in. I really feel like that. Like, he's not going to go through that again. Like, okay, girl, your mama ain't doing nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? You keep getting kidnapped. Your child done got kidnapped. Come on home. I learned how to be a good husband. I work right down the street. You can be a stay-at-home mom, or you can work at the restaurant with me and my ex-fling, because she still cook. Where is Dom? Speaking of,
please stay away. Please stay
they
away.
might,
where's Sway?
They could be silently just writing her off. Like, to be honest, because you don't really need her at this point.
Please.
And so she could just be there in the script and not in person, like how Darnell mentioned her.
Yes, please keep it that way.
I mean, now, don't get me wrong. I miss her.
I know you do.
You miss that ass. That's all that
right.
is. If for nothing else, the damn show ain't for that acting
at all. You know damn well she ain't bring nothing to the show but ass.
Look, y'all are not about to do Lala Anthony like that, okay? Look, she is
You
the
doing it
best.
like that?
Whatever,
Right. He's like,
whatever.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
Look. I'd rather see Dom than Imani.
Imani is an integral part of the storyline. Who we do not need is Candy. Keep
right.
her
She
ass
don't need
over
to
where
come
she
back.
is right now, okay? Hopefully, she will not come back on the last episode. I'm hoping.
She got to come back though, because didn't she say she's trying to be the interim? Said she's gonna take over stuff interim on an interim basis and all
Hmm.
this crazy stuff.
But
So
he was in the office though, so he had to have been conducting some type of business if he was in the office.
hmm,
So
I don't know. I'm like, where's my girl Tracy? Tracy just fell off. I'm like, what is
Tracy
going
ain't got
on?
no damn dealings with him. She know he crooked as hell. And
Oh, ooh, y'all, I forgot about Trace. Y'all ain't see me stuck up here like, who was Trace? Oh, my bad. I remember now. My bad.
The
I
lovely
forgot.
Tracy. Yes, Tracy.
Lord Jesus, I can't. Okay, predictions.
Predictions. Look, okay, I'm with you. Predictions. Um, I don't know how to put it, how to call it as a prediction, but just trying to figure out how this Jake, Gemma, Marcus, and Duda thing is, and Trig is involved in that too. How's that gonna play out? Of course, Gemma. Nah, we got to rely on Gemma to play detective, but also that's gonna be a turning point, or it could potentially be a turning point for her and Jake, because she doesn't. She just know Jake the asshole. She don't know Jake's lineage, his real history. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Things that his whole family is involved in, including Trig, who, is still a good guy, but he has those ties as well. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm sure that's not something that he has shared with Gemma.
Yeah, facts. Okay.
But what is she gonna do now? Cause she ain't got no daddy.
We don't know if he's gone. That's one of my predictions. I predict that he's gonna make it.
And then how's that gonna play out with him not being dead and Duda did it?
Well,
Jim is gonna become a killer.
I don't know.
She gonna pull a Tyreek. She gonna say, dude is getting in her way, her future. Gonna
Oh,
take him out.
Hmm. Well, you all
Who
did say
knows?
that the kids had to evolve if they're not completely written off. So maybe that be her introduction or her ushering into.
ooh, what if Jake and Gemma team up and get rid of Duda?
Ooh, they the new Imani and Trig.
Right.
Lord.
Kevin
I
and
hope not.
Lanae, whatever her name is. What they gonna do? They gonna grow and develop a relationship. What's gonna happen with Papa and Maisha?
That's done.
Is it
Ain't
done?
nothing going on with that.
I need for Papa to snap out of it.
Yeah, Papa and Grimace. I ain't
Papa
got
gonna be
time.
all
But
right,
look,
I believe.
Did you say Papa Grimace?
Papa and Grimace. Papa and Grimace. I'm talking about Maisha. Look,
Oh, I
let them
thought
go
that.
on and
Oh
Log
Lord,
off.
Maisha done got on your bad side.
Mute your
Lord
mic.
have
Mute
mercy.
your mic right now.
no, but in all seriousness, I just don't see she's gone. Like she wants to do other stuff. She's gone. That's a dead thing. I think they'll eventually be friends, but relationship wise, I don't see that lasting or building upon.
I
So
think that they could really evolve into something. I mean, because she's never had anyone that has handled her with delicacy, that has been nice to her, that shows her how a girl is supposed to be treated. And Kevin has the potential of showing her that. I think that they could go the long haul in a week.
well, let me ask you this, because you guys two young ladies, remember how you were in high school when you was 15, 16, 17. Where are those guys now that you guys may have interacted with?
Okay, so who was I messing with? 15, 16.
That treated you nice.
Oh well, at 15, 16, that wasn't about treat nice.
No, I actually had someone around who was really, really nice, and he introduced me to his mom and everything. Cause I'm that kind of girl. I've been that kind of girl. I'm mother meeting type of material, honey.
And what happened to him, love? What happened to that relationship?
I started talking to somebody else.
Exactly.
So at 15,
All right.
16 for me, I mean, I had a boyfriend and he was my first. But I outgrew him. But like once I graduated high school, because he was about that life. And I have to say it like this because about that life at 16, 17 is a whole lot different than about that life today. He wouldn't have made it today. But nevertheless,
Facts.
he was about that life and I knew I never wanted to be. So I went out to college. We tried to maintain, but he every time I wanted to come home, nah. But I say all that to say this. I didn't forget about him, per se, or it wasn't that it just fizzled out, but we just weren't compatible for the long
Right.
haul.
You was a whole Terrence.
No, I mean at 15,
Yes.
16, no, I didn't get hoish until later. And it wasn't really, I was a selective hoe. It wasn't like that, you know. But I mean, at that time, I was dealing with had a female, and she kind of, was my first. And at that time, I was, oh man, I was crazy. Oh my God, that girl had me nutted up. But then I started messing with, as I got on about, I would say about 17, 18, I started dealing with older women, like in their like like mid 20s and different things like that.
I thought she was about to say late 20s. Like what?
No, it grew, so but the reason I asked you guys that is just simply because when we asked about Papa and Maisha, she's already kind of said that, look, I want something different. I just want something else. Like these two girls like that don't respect guys like him at that age. They respect, she'll respect him in her 40s or her late 30s. That'll be the guy she wants. Right now, he's not the guy for her because he's too
Sensitive.
he's too, she would run over him right now. And that's, women typically don't want guys that can just run over, because it's like,
yeah, I was like that in my 20s. I made a guy cry one time. I was like,
you made him cry, Lovey.
I made
See
him
what I'm saying?
cry. I did.
See?
And I was like, nah, I can't even do this. Because
See?
if you gonna punk up and cry. Huh?
See?
A couple guys cry around that age.
See, and look at Aaron.
Like around.
Y'all are bad, man.
Because
hold on. That was our former selves, okay?
Right.
Don't hit me.
But the thing was, it was exactly like you said. You know what I'm saying? Like at that age, women don't respect. It's because I mean, I just wanted to be free, and I didn't want to be like, I wanted to be in a relationship, but I also wanted to be free. Not necessarily to date other people. I was never one of those.
Just having options. You wanted your options.
Not even dating other people, but just free to either spend time with you or go hang out with my friends, be at home by myself, you know what I mean? Things like that. And he just wanted me to be up under him, and I just, no. And like, I went 2 days and didn't answer his call. And I was 18 years old. This man was 40.
Oh, you was hot in the ass.
Damn.
Okay.
I mean, but I was
I
was a pool shooter. I've been a pool shooter since I was 15. So a lot of the guys that I have dated came from the pool table, pool hall. So that's the only reason I was in a scenario to be meeting somebody, that much of an age difference. Because
you could have been in a Keisha situation.
But nevertheless, here we are. It didn't happen.
Hey,
he thought he was so in love with me, and the thing is, I couldn't understand, like, how are you in love with me? I mean, I like you. We have fun, but
she used to have them crazy.
It all comes with experience. Like when people haven't had multiple relationships and things like that, then they tend to be clingy when they get one. So, and Papa is hella clingy. He can't even. He can't even look. He can't even check out the people at the register doing his work. He got grimace on his brain. I just
Stop
can't.
calling her
You know.
that.
Just stop calling her that. I cannot. Mute yourself.
Okay. 10-second mute.
Any other
COVID.
predictions? I cannot.
I know I don't have any predictions. I feel like the show is at this point it's a mixed bag. So I don't have any predictions. I haven't had a prediction since the last episode. I was kind of surprised that it took this turn. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect now.
Oh, okay. All right then, Lena. Okay, come through with the
Is she trying to come?
non-predictability. Thank
Right,
you.
she trying to come with that Shonda Rhimes type of ending.
Right.
Because every season of Grey's Anatomy, that last episode, you be like, what? Oh, no. I got to wait 3 months to come back to find out what happened.
Okay, that's the only saving grace of this season is that COVID is finally over. We know that it ain't gonna take a whole nother 8 months before we see it again. So come on with it. But what Nina and Dre gonna do?
I don't know. Dre and her feelings. Because she's still butthurt with her. Damn. Don't even. Okay, girl. Calm
She
down.
mad. She
She
done
got a
gave
right
Dre
to
that
be.
pass now.
She gonna play the
Yeah, she
pad?
gave Dre. Yeah, Dre can do whatever now. See, Nina done set herself up now.
I don't think that Dre could be for the streets. Now clearly, Nina could, but I think at best Dre would just disappear for a minute or something like that. I don't even see her really feeling anybody else.
Or, I hate to say this, with the
Mm-mm.
passing of Nina, I'm out. Oh,
Jada.
Jada. It will bring them together. And maybe that'll snap some damn sense into Nina.
She spent the
Oh.
whole season with her child missing.
Oh,
Here it
I'm
is.
reaching.
Yeah, you reaching. You reaching.
I'm reaching
you
way
reaching
back.
to reach California
Yeah.
from Georgia. Like, no, with your hand. Like, no, this is a bridge too far. A bridge too far.
That's right. I'm keeping the hope alive for everyone. I want
I
everyone
have no
to
hope
succeed.
alive for Nina being a good mother.
Okay, now you all know I am not on the Nina train at all.
Oh, I know that.
But
I would like to. I'm with you. I want to do rainbows and unicorns and everybody work out. No, she won't make it. She no. No. She will not be mother or grandmother of the year.
Are we done or is we finished?
Yes.
I think Weeze is finished now. I think it's
Yeah, we
Yeah.
beat this with a horse. At least you have, Terrence. All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for rocking with us for yet another week. What do you think will happen in the final episode of season 4? How many more seasons will this go on? Do you think Jada will make it to season 5? Join the conversation. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your mama and them. Come on out to the cookout. All right. Well, till next week. Thank you, ladies and gent.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.